Hey y'all, come on, let's cook. Come on, let's cook. Okay, so today, you guys, I have done several lives today because I just want to try and get as much done as I can. And you guys, this is what my normal day would be like. My normal day, especially if I'm cooking dinner. So yesterday we had leftovers. I had made some bowls a few days ago, and those of you who follow our page, you already know. But I made some bowls a few days ago, and we still had leftovers. And so when everybody was like, well, what's for dinner? Leftovers. I was not cooking, okay? But now that our leftovers is all gone, we are about to cook something good, okay? I'm going to put on some music, y'all, because I like to listen to music while I cook. But everybody that's coming in, hey. Okay, so this is my second time going live, you guys. I went live earlier and literally did makeup and got myself together. I posted a few posts today. But I was like, now it's time to cook. It's time to eat, honey. Well, it's not time to eat, but it's time to cook. So I am going to go ahead and start cooking. I'm going to find some type of music, honey. I like to listen to music when I cook. Okay. Okay. Y'all know this song. Okay, so I'm going to literally find something and we just gonna cook. Okay, so first things first, what is we making today? We are going to make some smothered chicken and over top of smothered chicken. So I'm gonna make your grandmama's gravy chicken. So I got some chicken right here. This is quarters that I cut up, so it's literally drums and thighs. We are going to slightly fry them just enough. I got my oven right here. It is already turned on. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cook up a few parts before we get started. So come on, let's just go ahead, and I'm going to tell y'all all of these ingredients that I got. Because that's just what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about these ingredients. So first things first is peppers. Peppers, any color peppers are always amazing. When I tell you any color peppers are amazing, any color peppers. You can do green, you can do yellow, you can do orange, you can do all of them. I have peppers. You can do green, you can do yellow, you can do orange, you can do all of them. I have my peppers right here, and technically right now I only have the red and the orange. You want to cut that up, but first let's go ahead and mix up these seasonings. So I'm going to show y'all what I got. Okay, so I'm going to be moving y'all around. Okay, so right here I have seasoned oil, pepper, salt, paprika, cayenne, and garlic powder. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give those a good mix. You always want to make sure that your seasonings are mixed up, because if they are not, you're not gonna get an even coat of seasoning onto your food. So I'm gonna go ahead and heat up my hot pan. So y'all, I got one of these right here. You know, everybody kind of fancy with some of the things that they got. I ain't there yet. We not there yet, but we're gonna use this right here. This is an ordinary fryer. I'm gonna bring y'all over here so y'all can see over here. It is a ordinary fryer. Let me get y'all, or ordinary pan. I'm gonna get y'all down here. Hopefully y'all can see right here. If not, if I have to move y'all, I sure will. But y'all should be able to see. Let me put y'all down here. Y'all should be able to see. All right, right here is good. Okay, so perfect. Okay, so I got my pan right here. I'm gonna go ahead and let this get hot. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and slide it right here for a second while we go ahead and season up our chicken. So this is cleaned. I've been hearing this thing is going all around where people ain't cleaning their chicken. The devil is a lie. My grandma my mother, my grandmother, my mama's husband, everybody that I know that always cook, they always season their chicken. If you ain't seasoning your chicken, I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's that. I'm going to take and add a little bit of my grease. I have a little bit of oil. I'm going to add that on there. That's going to help everything stick. I am going to use my hands. I'm not afraid. My grandmother, when I was growing up, you guys, my mom's mother, she would always say, you know, you can't be afraid to get your hands dirty. How you going to be in the kitchen and afraid to touch the meat? You can't be like that. You just can't. And when she would make macaroni salad, y'all had an old school grandma. When she would make macaroni salad, she was mixing that joker up with her hands. That's what my grandma would do. So I'm just like that now, okay? I'm mixing everything up with my hands. My grandma would be all up in the macaroni salad mixing. I don't even know where she get that from, but that's what she would do. Okay, so you make sure that your chicken is coated, every single one, all over, all through, all on the back, all on the front, all up. If the skin is lifted, you get all up under there as well. But don't miss no pieces. Make sure that you rubbing the pieces together, because that's how you get the sauce and the seasoning all over them. So now what I'm going to do is I have some flour. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sprinkle some flour. Lady K, why are you using flour? The flour is going to give it a coating, almost like you fried it, but it's not fried. You know what I'm saying? It's going to help give your food a good char. So adding that is like going to be perfect. So I got that all added, and I might have to crack the window. Hold on, y'all. I might have to crack this window. And remember, this is going to be our first part of the cook. The first part of the cook is not to cook. It's just to prep. Okay, let me wash my hands. Always wash your hands in the kitchen. If you in the kitchen and you ain't washing your hands, then you know what that means. I like to consider that nasty. That's nasty. Okay, so my pan is getting a little too hot. So let me just turn that down for a second. All right, so let's go ahead and pop in our oil. I'm going to slide this to the side. Pull that back so y'all can see. Now, you don't have to put in a lot of oil. This is just enough to get your bottom coated. So, now that I have that in there, I'm going to grab me some tongs. I like to use the bigger ones. The bigger ones are always best, especially when you are frying things that are going to be a little more heavier, okay? So, let's go ahead, move that around, put your chicken in there. Remember, we are not cooking this to finish cooking. It's going to finish cooking in the oven. We're just using this right now just to give us a good char. So just like that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in my smaller thighs. Just like that. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. I wish I could smell it. It smells so good. I'm going to move that over. And then I actually can get these in here as well. Now, this is a trick my grandma showed me as well. Now, you guys, I do have a cookbook. You can purchase it on Amazon. It is on Amazon. You can purchase it. And I talk about my grandma in that book, honey. But all of that good stuff, you do not throw this away. You sit it to the side because it's going to be perfect for your seasoning, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and turn my pan back on. And I'm going to put it on low. Go ahead and cover that up. I got my deep baking dish. Come on over here with me. I might want to move my cup, right? Okay, so I have my deep baking dish. Let me grab a knife. now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up all of my veggies to make a bed for my chicken to lay on. Those veggies is going to cook down. I should have sharpened my knife. Those veggies is going to cook down really good. Those veggies are going to cook down really good. And what's going to happen is as they are cooking down, they are going to have your chicken to create this amazing juice that's going to begin to come out, right? Perfect. That's going to begin to come out. And what you want to do with that is that's going to be our broth seasoning juice for our gravy mixture, okay? That's how we're going to start our gravy mixture. So I'm just chopping this up. And y'all, do how you want to do it. If you want to do slices, you can do slices. If you want to put them in there like this, you can. It's all your preference. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and cannot do in your kitchen. It's your kitchen. You cooking for your family, you do it how you like it, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and chop that down pretty good. Now, if you have green peppers, definitely add those green peppers in there. Green peppers changes everything. I just don't have them right now, so I'm using what I have. Sometimes I just go in the fridge. What you got? Let's figure out what we can use. What you got? Hold on, let me see. Yes, I put a little bit of oil in my fryer, just a tiny bit, not a lot, but yes, it is oil. And another thing my grandma used to say too and teach me, my mom's mother, is adding bacon grease. Adding bacon grease is also going to give you a better seasoning grease. So if you ever wanted to or ever make bacon, go ahead and save that good grease after you make that bacon, okay? So that's all that is. It is oil in there. It's all in there. Is there any other questions? Y'all, I'm not a mean person. I'm not one of those mean girls. When you come into live and I'm mean and I'm telling people be quiet and don't say nothing and don't you hide. I'm not like that. I answer questions. So if anybody have a question, please feel free to ask. Please feel free to ask. Y'all, I'm going to get a different knife. I'm not liking this knife right now. This is what you call real life cooking. So, I mean, we can sit and prep and do videos all day long, but real life things happen in the kitchen. You burn stuff. Stuff don't taste good. You don't do that again. Don't do that again. You season things wrong. Seasonings don't go together. So it happens. It happens. Okay, so I have all of these veggies. I'm just going to put them at the bottom of my pan. What I'm doing is I'm creating that bed for the bottom of my pan for the chicken pieces to lay on, okay? And we're gonna have to get ready to flip our chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and slice this last one first. But y'all, it's been a long time since I did a cooking live. I don't go live cooking because sometimes I feel like, you know, I don't cook a whole bunch. Like, I'm not one of those creative cookers. Like, some people are creative cookers where they cook like different things and they can think of a meal and then boom, it's like they created it. Not me. I'm old school. I cook like my grandmamas, my aunties and cousins and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes it makes you feel like you don't do a whole bunch. And when you don't do a whole bunch, you don't be interested in showing everybody. It's buffering, you guys. If it is, go out and come back in. Hopefully it's not buffering. Hopefully it's not. Let me pull y'all up because we about to flip this chicken. And I want y'all to get a good view of this chicken. Go ahead and give it a little turn. See, I love how this pan is cooking this chicken because it's not burning it. It's like making it perfect. Ooh, look at that. That piece looks good. I wish y'all could smell it though. Oh my God. It smells so amazing. Okay, let's let that cook down a little bit more. I'm gonna turn the fire up just a little bit. Okay, back over here to these veggies. So I have some of my veggies down. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing with your onions. I have an onion that is partially cut because I had already started using it. So let's go ahead and just cut this one down. And I'm gonna give y'all a tip too. If you ever are using a cutting board and your cutting board is like sliding around like as you're cutting, take a wet rag, fold your wet rag up, or you can lay it straight, it's your preference, and just sit it on top. Look. Alright, let's go ahead and keep on cutting down. And you can cut down your onions as thin or as thick as you like. I'm going to save some of them because I do want to have some that's fresh on top as well. So I'm going to save some. I'm going to break these up just like that. Grab them up to break them up. And let's go ahead and add those at the bottom as well. Let me slide it over some so y'all can see. Okay, let's mix everything up. And we got a good bed right here. Okay, so when we put this inside of the oven, we are going to we are also going to take and cover it with foil. Okay, you gotta cover it with foil. The foil is gonna help keep all of that moisture in there. Okay, we're gonna cook it in the oven for maybe about 15 to 20 minutes. And while we cook it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, you can just find something else to do while it's cooking. Me, I'm gonna wash dishes. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wash the dishes. This right here is chicken broth that I have. I'm gonna save this for when I make the gravy mixture, and then I also have butter, and I'm gonna save that for the gravy mixture, as well as the rest of my flour. I'm gonna bring y'all back over here so y'all can get a chance to see what it looks like. Y'all, and I am one of those girls that cook and clean as I go. I do not believe in having a mess as you cook. It's illegal. All right. Woo! Look at that. Do y'all see this chicken? Do y'all see that? That's what you want. That's what you want. Oh, that's what you want. Woo! Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Oh my. Okay, so I'm going to leave it in here for about another 5 to 10 minutes before we take it out. So, or let's just wash up these few dishes. And while we're washing up the dishes, I'm going to let this cook down a little bit longer while we wash up the dishes. And then I'll come back. I'll come back over here to it, and we'll go ahead and take it out. So, come on over here with me so that we can do the dishes. So, those of you who don't know, I'm Lady K. So, you guys, I'm always cooking something for my family. I love cooking. Cooking is my love language. It is one of the things that I feel gives you the ability to tell your family that you love them. One of the things that I love about cooking is I'm the type of person that if I don't know how to cook something, I'm going to learn how to cook it just for you. I am. I try my best to cook different things and different meals. So one of the things that me and my husband always say is Even if we can't travel to certain places, we're going to travel through our meals because we eat different kind of meals. So I'll make Spanish food, I'll make Jamaican food. Only thing I haven't tried yet is Haitian food. I've tried making African food. Pretty much I make Chinese food all the time. But yeah, I like to try different things because you just really never know. Okay, so let's go ahead and do these dishes really quick. I was thinking about using my cast iron pan, but then I was like, I didn't want to use the stove. So, because I touched it, I had to clean it. But I don't know, I might make my gravy in it, so let me just sit this. And matter of fact, I'll go ahead and start warming it up. But yeah, I think cooking can be something that a lot of people tend to look at as something so complicated, but it's really not. It's like, if you don't know how to cook a certain thing, you guys find cookbooks that will literally, like, I try my best to break it down as best as I can. But I think in my next cookbook, one of the things that I want to do is I want to do like videos as well. So you'll be able to have the words, but you'll also be able to have the videos that come along with all the different stuff. So that's one of the things that I think I want to do in my next cookbook. But it's literally like something that you just either you gotta love it or you don't. And if you're in the kitchen and you cannot, one of the things I tell our daughter all the time, you cannot cook scared. That is against the law. You cannot cook scared. If you scared to cook, then baby, get out the kitchen, because scared cooks don't cook like they don't cook for fun. Scared cooks be scared. So the more you cook, the more you learn, and the more you learn, the better you cook. And just take your time, and if you don't get something right the first time, try it again. It is worth trying again. Everything that you're not gonna get right the first time. I remember the first time I caught myself making what did I make? I caught myself making from scratch. Gravy. It was terrible. Hey there, beautiful. Gravy, it was terrible, y'all. My gravy, that was the whitest gravy I ever made. My brother, he still talks about that gravy today. And that was before, that was probably before I had kids. And our oldest, well, Jordan, he is going to be 20 this year. So it was over 20 years ago. And he talks about me all the time. And I'm like, yeah, have my gravy now, buddy. That's what I be saying. Have my gravy now, buddy. Oh, I see you just leveled up in the live. Y'all, I don't know nothing about this stuff. So please forgive me if I don't never talk about like, oh, thank you for da-da-da-da. I know about the gifts, but I'm not, like, I don't know how it works. But I see it just said that you leveled up. So it says celebration. Hey, girl. Welcome. I don't know how you leveled up, but congratulations. Congratulations. But yeah, y'all, try, keep on trying. If you don't know how to cook now, that don't mean you won't never. Try, keep on trying. If you don't know how to cook now, that don't mean you won't never learn how to cook. And I believe, this is just my opinion, so some people might disagree with me, but this is just my opinion. I believe that any woman who wants to have a family, whether you want to get married, whether you want to have kids, you should definitely know how to cook. Like, you just should. That's just my opinion. You just should. And let me tell y'all a secret. When I first met my husband, y'all, and his fine self, I did not know how to cook. I ain't know how to cook nothing. Hold on, y'all. My daggone thing got stuck. Okay. I ain't know how to cook nothing. Daggone curtain is blowing. I ain't know how to cook nothing, y'all, when I first met my husband. And he would call me. He'd be like, "What you doing?" "Nothing. Sitting here watching cooking shows." But I'm saying that to say, when you have a family, your family, it encourages you to do more, to want to do more, to want to learn more, to want to better yourself. How can you better yourself? You know what I'm saying? So always look to level up. Like, you are your own competition. And some people, you probably heard people say that before. I'm my own competition. I really am. Like, I really am. I want to be better than I was 3 years ago, better than I was 6 years ago. And as our last two kids are getting to the point where they will be leaving home soon, it does not change my wife responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can want to level up, but also want to level up not just for your kids, but for your spouse, because that's a whole nother thing. Like, I don't know, like one time my husband went to work, you guys, and he had a lunch. The dude said, "All right, I'm ready to go out for lunch. You going?" And my husband was like, "Nah, I got a lunch." He said, "It sounds like you got a wife too." Yeah, he do. He do. Okay, y'all, let's check this chicken. It smells amazing. Woo! Yeah, this what we want right here. This what we want right here. Oh my. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. Okay, so it is exactly what I want, but I want to let it cook a little bit longer, just a little bit longer. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our gravy. So y'all come on over here to the stove so we can make this gravy. And I'm going to show you how to make this gravy like my grandma used to make it, okay? Let me put y'all on this side. Dinner. I'm thinking about making cornbread, but I'm not sure yet. All right, so first things first. Onions. My grandma would have tons of onions in her gravy. That was my favorite part about her gravy. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab a whole nother onion. Hopefully I don't get to crying, because I'm trying to be cute when my husband get home today. Okay? So peel your onion. Go ahead and add it to that. Hold on, y'all. Let me peel this real quick. And I'm going to show y'all a trick. So the other day I was watching a cooking show. Do y'all see that? I was watching a cooking show, and what they did is they did not take and cut the bottom off. And I was like, what? They did not cut the bottom off. I'm going to add a little bit of oil. They did not cut the bottom off. And I was like, okay. So then what you do is you just cut normal. So I'm just going to cut slices like this. Just like this, and I'm leaving that gut on the bottom just like that. Trash. Now let's go ahead and just cut our onions. And you can cut your onions and stuff up how you want. Don't feel like you got to do them the way that I'm doing them just because I'm the one that's live. Okay, go ahead and dump them in there. Y'all, when my grandma Barbara is my dad's mom. When she would make her gravy, y'all, it would have so many onions in it. It wasn't my grandma Gigi, it was my grandma Barbara. And when I tell y'all I loved her gravy, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My grandma Barbara gravy is amazing. So go ahead, You are going to move your onions and stuff around until they get to your liking. I like mine to be pretty much like almost kind of burnt, but not really burnt. So just keep on moving them around until you get to, or they get to the point that you like them. Okay. Now, here's another tip. Do you see this right here? Let me bring y'all this away so y'all can see. Okay, do y'all see this here? My eyes is burning. Lord, my eyes is burning. Okay, so do y'all see this? This is cooking oil from anything that I fry. If you fry chicken, if you fry pork chops, whatever you fry, right? And all of this stuff at the bottom is all of that seasoning and that flour that falls at the bottom. You want to save this. This is what my grandma Gigi would always say, and my grandma Barbara too, both of them. My grandmothers would say, this right here is what's gonna season your gravy, okay? If you are throwing away that stuff that's at the bottom, I can't help you, honey. I can't help you. I can't help you. Okay? That's what they would say. That's what they would say. I can't help you. So you want to get a spoon so you can get to the bottom of it. Alright. Let's get to the bottom of this matter. Look at that. The good stuff. Put it inside there with those onions. Go ahead and give that a good mix. This is also what's going to help with your color. So if you're ever like, why my gravy looks so light? It was because you didn't have the right stuff in it, okay? That's why. What is that? It's all the bits that come at the bottom. So whenever you are making anything fried, it's all of the seasonings, all of the flour. And all I did was I just saved it and put it inside a jar, and it separates itself. So it'll separate from the oil. So that's all it is. Okay? So at this point, do y'all see? Hold on, let me see. It's all smoky. You can't see nothing. Let me give y'all a better view. Okay, at this point, this is what my onions look like. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start to make my liquid. So remember the pan that I told y'all? Don't throw away. So you just go ahead, you add some water in there, and do this to it. Give it a good little mix like this. If you need to, you're going to have to use your whisk anyway. Get your whisk and go ahead and go through there like that. Oh, thank you. Go ahead and whisk that around. That's going to get all of that seasoning up. That's at the bottom, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our chicken broth and we're going to go ahead and add that in there. Go ahead and mix that up. And thank you so much. I'm just trying to keep old school cooking out there. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we come away from that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a bowl. Oh, let me grab a bowl. So I'll show y'all my pantry on another day, but this is the pantry. So I'm going to get a bowl because I need to go ahead and take my onions out. So I have a small serving dish, and I'm going to go ahead and remove the onions from the fire. Go ahead and get them up out of there. I'm going to go ahead and turn that chicken off because I don't want to burn it. And we're going to go ahead and take our chicken out. So before we finish with this gravy, we're going to go ahead and get our chicken out so it can go ahead and go in the oven. So here is the onions. Come on over here. Let's get this chicken out. I'm going to put y'all right here because I want y'all to be able to see when I get the chicken out. Okay, I turn my fire off. Woo! Looky. Just sit it right on top of those veggies. That's it. It's nothing fancy. Just take it out, sit it on top of your peppers and stuff. Look at that! Y'all. Listen. I want to start doing stuff like this more, especially but with a Zoom call, so other people can get the ingredients. Like, I'll send out an ingredient list and we all just sit and cook together. I'm just trying to debate on how I want to do it. Okay. Ooh, look at this, y'all. Ooh, look at this. Look at this, y'all. Ooh, look at this. Let me come over here. Let me get y'all. Look at this. Do y'all see that? Ooh. Let's make this gravy, honey. Let's make this gravy. Because you over here playing. Let's make this gravy. Okay. So, boom. We have our pan right here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in my flour. Now, the thing about when you're making gravy, a lot of people don't take in consideration that if you don't cook the gravy long enough, it will taste like flour, like raw flour. You don't want nothing to taste like raw flour, so you want to mix it until your flour starts to turn brown, okay? Sometimes you got to add a little bit more oil to it, so let me show you how I'm going to do that. Lady K, where you get that oil from? The chicken. Go ahead and scrape that off. Keep on giving that a good mix. So as you can see, it's currently yellow, right? But you're just going to keep on mixing until it starts to turn brown, okay? Trust me, it's going to take a little while sometimes, but just keep on mixing. And while you are mixing and it's turning brown, I'm going to go ahead and season it a little bit. So I'm going to add a little bit more of seasoning salt, some pepper, go ahead and keep on mixing. And as I can see, it's starting to turn brown, because remember what I said, we don't want our gravy to taste like raw flour. That's not what you want. So you just keep on mixing. All right, so now once it starts to get brown, you want to go ahead and take that liquid sauce. Remember, because somebody might say, you about to use raw chicken juice. The chicken is still raw, it just looked good at the top. So go ahead and add that right in there and keep on mixing. And your gravy is going to start to thicken up like really fast. That's why right now my pan is off. You probably didn't know, but the pan is off. So all of this heat is because it's a cast iron pan. Anytime you're using a cast iron pan, it's going to stay hot for a good amount of time. Go ahead and keep on giving that a mix. And then I'm going to show y'all another tip. So, while this is mixing, I'm going to go ahead and make space in the middle. And I'm going to take that butter. Remember I told y'all about that butter that I had in the beginning? Put your whisk in there, spin it, and that butter will come right on out. Go ahead and keep giving that a good mix. And at this point, you should see it's going to start to thicken up. I might have to flip the screen so y'all can see a little bit better. I always clean up as I go. That's just me. I'm going to add a little bit more of my oil right there. And I'm going to add a little bit more of the bits from the bottom right there. Y'all, one time we had a house sitter, right? And they went to go cook for the kids, and they was like, what is that jar of stuff up there? And Deani says, I don't know what that is that my mom has up there. And the sitter says, well, whatever it is, she need to get rid of it because it don't look good. It looked like it's something that's gone bad. So all I could think to myself is, oh shoot, they didn't know it was gravy bits. Okay, so one of the things that I learned is you want your gravy to be rich. If you ever went somewhere and they had gravy, and why does this gravy taste so good with these biscuits? That's what we make. We're gonna make homemade biscuits. Why does this gravy taste so good with these biscuits? It's milk. Milk is going to make it nice and rich. My grandma sometimes would just use broth, but y'all, it's this lady that I had started watching, and she started to use milk, and I was like, okay. Good morning. Good morning once again. Good morning. Today I'm just showing off with the lives today. I'm just showing off, okay? So add a little bit more milk in there. And you want to keep on giving this a mix until everything is incorporated the way that you want it. And then I'm going to show y'all something else. Good morning, you guys. She was in the live this morning when I did my makeup. So that's why she said good morning once again. And for those of you, because some people just nosy. Some of y'all just nosy. You'll was say, what she talk about? That's what she talk about. Okay. So once you get your gravy and it starts to look like this, I turn my burner back on and it's on low. Oh, I said I was gonna flip y'all around. Hold on. I forgot. Hold on. I forgot. Okay. So this is wait a minute. Come on now, phone. This is what the gravy looks like before we end up adding everything else, okay? Oops. So, all right. So, y'all, I'm not going to be able to see y'all comments for a second, okay? All right. So, now that your gravy looks like that, you want to add in some Sister Cherie sauce. That's what they call it on TikTok. I don't know what they call it anywhere else. But you want to add some Sister Cherie sauce. Then you want to add some soy sauce. This is going to help bring in that tart. Okay. I don't even know if I have any. Another thing that I usually add is steak sauce. But I don't even have any. So this is just going to have to do. And then I like to add in a tiny bit of browning. Browning is something that you cannot overdo. If you overdo it, baby, you're going to be so mad at yourself. Okay, so don't overdo it with your browning. Your browning is going to bring that color back in because remember, since we added the milk made it a whole lot lighter, okay? So look at that browning. You see what the browning did? It just made it brown. Okay, and it's still gonna be nice and rich. You can add some fresh pepper. Fresh cracked pepper is like the best, but I can't add it because sometimes it hurts my husband's teeth. Those are both very salty. Yes, that's why I didn't use a lot. But you got to keep in mind, whenever you are making gravy consistency, because of, hold on, let me flip y'all back around. Because of the flour doesn't have no salt to it. Flour doesn't have no salt. Flour tastes like eating powder, baby powder. So, or getting deodorant in your mouth. So, if you have to use certain things, that's why you don't add no salt. Did you see I didn't add no salt to the gravy? Because somebody probably say she ain't add no salt. That's why I don't add salt. Okay. Hey, Miss Davis. So at this point, take your pinky, give it a taste. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I wish the person I wish the person that said that both of them got salted. I wish you could taste this right now. You'll say, you know what? I take that back. You was right. Okay, so now let me move you back over here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add our onions back in there. Miss Davis, you don't need to be watching this because you're about to be mad. Okay? Add your onions back in there, y'all. I can eat just this gravy over white rice and that's it. I ain't even gotta have nothing else. But we gonna do something else because this is what we gonna do, okay? So we have our gravy mixture right here. I'm gonna add just a tiny bit of milk because I want it to loosen up a little bit, because remember we're gonna put this over top of our chicken and it's gonna go in the oven. So you don't want it to be too thick, okay? So boom. All right. Now let's go ahead and get our chicken mixture. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the sink. I'm gonna go ahead and put my milk away. Y'all see, this is what I like. I like people who like to clean up the kitchen. If you was a cooker that don't clean the kitchen, then baby, you're not allowed to come over. So here is the chicken. Let me give y'all, I'm gonna flip y'all around so y'all can come over here and see it. So let me flip y'all around again. Oops. All right, so boom. This is what our chicken is looking like so far. Do y'all see that? Nice and good. All right, and here's our gravy mixture. So I'm gonna try my best to scoop it in with a spoon. Ooh, shoot. Scoop it in with the spoon, with the ladle spoon, because I don't want to dump it. So just grab it up with your ladle spoon and just put it all over your chicken. And you can actually save some of this for your rice as well. So boom. Just like this. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I mean, well, you don't have to save it for your rice, because when the chicken is finished, you're gonna have the gravy mixture anyway from the chicken. We just made the gravy before we finished the chicken, that's all. So go ahead and scoop as much as you can or as much as you like in there. And then we are going to cover this up. Now keep in mind, this chicken is going to make even more juice. So don't feel like, well, it's dry at the bottom. No, your chicken is going to make juice from itself. So the more that it cooked, the more gravy it's going to make at the bottom. And then when you take your chicken out, all you do is just grab up some of those peppers and stuff that's at the bottom. Okay? So let's go ahead and cover this up. Let me grab my foil. Right, and if you have a roaster on your oven, you can definitely put it on roast. And right now it's 12 o'clock. I don't know what time my husband is going to be off today, but I like to have dinner done by the time he get off. So I am going to put the oven on roast because I don't want to have this to wait so long. So I'm going to change it. It was already on broil. So let me turn y'all around so y'all can see. It was already on bake, not broil. It was already on bake. So now I'm going to stop it, put it on roast, 350, and I'm only using the top. So this is only for the top of my oven. Go ahead and slide that chicken right on in there. Okay. And let me flip y'all back around. We are going to do cleaning. I'm going to show you guys how to make this rice because everybody don't know how to make rice. I'm going to show you guys what I like to do to make my rice, and it comes out perfect every single time. Okay, so first of all, I need to do some rearranging in my cabinet because all of my pots is all over the place. So first of all, you want to get a good pan. What is your favorite pan to make your rice in? Everybody tends to use different type of pans. I like to use a small short one like this. It just works better for me. This is just my assumption. It feels like it just works better for me. So that's the one that I'm going to use. And then you want to pick your choice of rice. Some people like jasmine, some people like long grain, some people like short grain. I'm going to show you guys. Oh, my husband calling me, and I'm cute, so I'm fitting to answer. So I might have to just catch y'all when this is all done, but I'm gonna tell y'all. Let me tell y'all the rest of the stuff first before I call my husband back. Okay, so really quick. So the first thing you want to do is I'm going to use this rice right here. It says that it is black rice with black beans. So if you ever get containers like this, I just refill them. Depending on what it is, I just refill them. So I usually will have one for white rice. I'll have one that actually have rice and black beans. I'll have one that's actually the Spanish rice. And then I have one that's Jamaican rice, I think. So I just refill this. This is jasmine rice. So I just like to eyeball. I just know how much rice is a good idea. So in other words, I'm going to put in half the pan, okay? This is where a lot of people mess up. They are not cleaning their rice. You have to rinse your rice, and you gotta rinse it until the water goes clear. If you don't, it is going to stick together. We are washing off the starches. Do y'all see how that water look? That's not what you want. So you just dump it, add some more water, take your hand, and I like to grab it up, run my hands around, spin it like I'm mixing. That is going to get them to rub off all of that that's on there. Dump all of that starchy water off. You just keep on doing it until the water runs clear. After that, I'm going to show you guys how much water I'm going to put in here. And then after I show you how much water I'm going to put in here, then I'm going to put it on the stove and let it cook. My husband might have been calling me because he's on his way home. Amen. Okay, so pour this out. Keep on going. You're going to keep on doing this. Sometimes you got to rinse it like 10 to 20 times. It takes a long time sometimes. But don't be impatient. When you're cooking, you can't be impatient. Keep on going. Don't lose none of your rice, okay? So keep on going until it's clear. I don't even know how many times I've rinsed it so far. Okay, we're getting there. Probably one more rinse. Okay. So, this is the last rinse. Okay, so add your water. I like to add just enough where, I don't know if y'all can see that, just enough where you can see around the top. So I'm gonna add a little bit more, just like that. And then you just put it on the stove. You let it cook until the water boils out. This is the catch. Once the water boils out, you are not mixing your rice. You are not touching your rice. You are not adding salt and pepper and butter and your seasonings to your rice. You are literally letting it boil. Once you start hearing, my mom used to always say, she would say, Kiki, you gotta cook with your ears. When you are frying something, the sound changes when the food is done frying. So you are literally waiting until the water starts to boil out. You're gonna hear it almost at the bottom sounding like it's sticking, like that. When you start to hear that, turn your burner off. Or when you don't see water anymore, turn your burner off. Then what you do is you leave it uncovered while it's cooking. Then what you do is you take it and, oh, hold on y'all, hold on one second. They give me a puzzle thing when I'm on for a certain amount of time. So then what you do is once the water is boiled out, you don't see no more water, you get parchment paper or aluminum foil. You put it over top and then you put the lid onto it. What happens is the rest of the time that is sitting over that fire or that burner that's off, it is now steaming itself. That is what you want. Once you are ready to eat, that's going to be your first time ever messing with that rice. Literally, that's it. That's how you do your rice. So, first things first, clean it till the water runs dry. Till the water runs clear. Second, put maybe an inch or two of water based off of how much rice you got in there. So if your rice is at the bottom, you're just looking for an inch or two over top of your rice. So this is the rule of thumb. It ain't no Lady K, how much water is that? It based off of how much rice you have in there. So once you put your rice in there, you're putting now an inch or two of water. After you did all your rinsing, an inch or two of water. You let it boil. Listen to the sound. When you hear that sound, that it sounds like the water is boiled out, and you come over to it, you see that it's no water in it. Now you get your foil, your parchment paper, put it over top, put your lid on it, and let it cook or steam until you are ready to eat. You are not mixing. You are not touching. You are not stirring. You're not doing nothing. And the whole time that it's on there cooking, you are leaving it uncovered until it is done cooking. Y'all got that? Can I see 4 amens to say it's 4 people in here? Can I see 4 amens and then I'm gone? Four amens. Can I get 4 amens? Amen 4 times. And then I'm gonna wash up this. I'm gonna make this this broccolini, and that's gonna be it. See, nobody wants to say amen. Okay. Y'all got it. Y'all got the gist of it. Okay, so enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call my husband, but definitely watch my page because see, look at that. Amen. Thank you, girl. Definitely watch the page because I am going to post this dinner when it's all done. And I will put this video up as well, okay? So it won't be up right away because I got to edit it and go through and take out little slow moments and stuff like that. So, but yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, okay? Bye.